Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you 12 of the most profitable online businesses that you can do at home for 2019. And the first thing you could do is SEO management, which is something that is really in demand because that's one of the main reasons many businesses make millions of dollars, because that's where they get their traffic. They usually get it from ads or SEO when it comes to online traffic. So if you're doing blogs, if you're doing YouTube channels, if you're doing Pinterest, if you're doing Amazon, pretty much anything that would rank long term. So in other words, like a Facebook post, you wouldn't really need it for that. You wouldn't really need it for a tweet, but YouTube videos that last for years, blog posts that last for years, even Pinterest pins, Amazon products, those types of things, you can be someone who provides SEO services for all of those. You could be someone who does it, say, for WordPress. You could get a plugin like Yoast SEO, which is free, and you could add it to all your clients' websites and manage a lot of the SEO with that. You could use something like Web Resizer, like I do, and use this to condense the size of images by, like 200% or something in many cases, so that their website runs faster and also improves SEO. So you can do all kinds of different things SEO related. You can do it on YouTube. You can see all these different videos that are taking off, and some of them are just really done well via SEO, and they rank for certain keywords very well in search results. So you could do that and manage SEO for people. Another thing you could do is affiliate marketing, and this of course is a great business because it doesn't cost that much to start or to manage, and there's a lot of different ways to do it, and there's a lot of big commission products out there. Now I'll show you like a website example. You could do like a niche website like thisiswhyimbroke.com, do a few product posts per day. Most of these, when you click the checkout button, it will go to an Amazon page, and then you can check out the product there. They'll obviously get an affiliate commission in many cases when you go there and buy these things. And all they got to do is keep posting a few new things a day to keep their people coming back to see what's on the blog. You can also do this with YouTube. You could also do reviews. Obviously, you'll need a website. If you need a website, you can start a blog at my site, and I'll have a tutorial right here, how to start a WordPress blog in 3 steps on Bluehost. I recommend something like Bluehost or even HostGator, although Bluehost has a little bit better reputation in my opinion. But WordPress is the most customizable. It's what I use. It's what a lot of the major blogs use, and like 30% of the internet. And then you can also go to websites that have big affiliate programs. Amazon. If you go to affiliate-program.amazon.com, you can join there, earn up to 10% commissions on almost every Amazon product. ClickBank, they have higher commissions, but they're products from websites that are smaller niche or that maybe you haven't heard of, but a lot of these are online courses and ebooks, and you might get 100% or 50% commissions on certain sales. And you can also do reviews. And for instance, someone who's made pretty much a living off of doing reviews is Marquise Brownlee, with almost 9 million subscribers now on YouTube. And of course, he has a website and everything as well, but he does tech reviews, and he could get affiliate revenue from the tech that he promotes, or he probably has, sponsors and all that stuff. I'm not sure exactly what he does. He also has a shop as well, but you can do that, learn from him. And when you do a lot of reviews and stuff like that, you can get really good ad revenue on top of your affiliate income, because ads are great for reviews, since when you look for a review, you're probably in the process of deciding on buying something. Another thing you can do, number 3, is courses. And courses are great because with courses, you can actually pretty much decide on how much you're going to sell it for. Whereas if you sell like an ebook, the thing about that is, although you can make it for free and sell it for free, you really need it to take off and get a really high volume of sales to get much out of ebooks. Or you need to have a massive amount of ebooks published all the time, maybe using ghostwriters, to find enough income total between a bunch of ebooks to make a living. But with courses, you can charge $100, $200, $1,000 for each student. Udemy is where you could start. I recommend at some point, though, that you host your own courses on your own website, like digitalmarketer.com does, for instance. Great website. They have all kinds of marketing courses. You'll notice that they have like $4.95 for some of theirs. You have some that are cheaper as well. They've had some like $2.95. I've seen some before that were like $10. They have some here for $27. So you can do courses like these and sell them on your own website. And this is usually what takes a lot of bloggers from like middle class income to like 7 figures, is when they start their own courses and they start selling their own products as well. Another thing you can do is private ads or become like a social media influencer. I grouped these two together for number 4 because a lot of times you're doing the same basic monetization strategies for both. So private ads, you have traffic like a blog or a podcast, YouTube channel, etc. And obviously you've heard of like Instagram influencers and social media influencers. They make money too, but they pretty much all have private contracts or private deals with companies where they feature that company's product in their post, or they do commercials at the beginning of their podcast, like the Joe Rogan Experience, as you can see there, one of the most popular podcasts. The Tim Ferriss Show was doing it for a while, although he's experimenting with ad-free right now, I think. But if you want to do private ads for your podcast, you can go to midroll.com and you can get hooked up with some ad companies. And you have HBO, Toyota, Dunkin' Donuts, Allstate, a lot of big companies on here. And if you have a lot of traffic, you could go there for your podcast. If you're someone on Instagram or a few other social media channels and stuff, you could try chamboost.com. I'll have links to all this stuff in the show notes, by the way, but chamboost.com, you can do that. Just sign up as a creator right there, clicking that green button. FameBit, click I'm a creator, that red button right there in the bottom left. That's for YouTube. So if you have a YouTube channel and you're sick of relying on AdSense, or you don't have your own products to sell yet, then you could get sponsors for YouTube and just feature their products in your videos and stuff, and they'll pay you for that. So that's how private ads work and influencers make money. Another thing you can do is social media management. Of course, pretty much every brand has to have a social media influencer so now. And even, sports teams, they have like a social media manager who tries to do witty tweets and stuff, which are fun to look at. You have tools out there that will help you with your clientele. By having something like Buffer or Hootsuite, you can automate and schedule your social media posts. So I recommend having a tool like one of those. You can look up different like funny corporate Twitter accounts and other social media accounts to get an idea of what it looks like when it's done well. A lot of times their tweets will go viral because they'll mention another company, or Burger King will bash McDonald's on Twitter or something, and that'll go viral, whatever, stuff like that. So you want to have somebody who's got a personality, whether it's you or some employee, to kind of manage these in many cases. And then you want to have tools like Hootsuite and Buffer to automate and make it easier to manage all of these. But things like that. Taco Bell, I think they have one of the more famous ones, pretty good social media manager, stuff like that. You can get some ideas from those. Another thing you can do, of course, is blogging. And one great example of a blog that's making like 7 figures a year now is that actually does income reports. So they actually break down how they make their money. This is called makingsenseofsense.com, and it's run by someone named Michelle. And it's a great blog about finance and business, but and making money from blogging and stuff like that. But they publish their income report. So I'll just show you kind of an example of a successful blogger's breakdown. And you'll notice that they make a big chunk from affiliate marketing, display advertising, which might be Google AdSense, which, is great, but it's not usually the best way to go unless you're just really good at SEO and you're really good at ranking for certain keywords that are high bid. But sponsored partnerships are another thing. So like I mentioned, being an influencer, those are like private ads, and sponsored blog post, and those types of things. And then courses are a big chunk of it. So obviously courses and affiliate marketing are like 75% or more of her income. And that's just an idea of some of the ways that you can monetize your blog. But a blog, of course, is just a source of traffic. You can go a lot of different directions with that. You could have ebooks, your own courses, your own physical products. Like some of them sell journals, some of them sell t-shirts, sponsored posts, advertising, AdSense, all that stuff you could do. Another thing you could do is web development or coding of some sort. Maybe you help create apps. Maybe you're good at coding at certain languages that are good for software or automation, or maybe you're getting good at artificial intelligence and machine learning and all that, which is, of course, the future. SoloLearn.com, and the SoloLearn app is free. You can learn C++, Python 3, Java, a lot of the major coding languages are on here, and you can learn them for free through that. I've actually found that very helpful. If you want to get involved in artificial intelligence, you could start messing around with TensorFlow, although you might want to learn like Python and stuff first before you get into that. And then you could even read books like Machine Learning for Dummies, which of course has been endorsed by Mark Cuban quite a bit lately. He said that's like a book that he reads fairly frequently. He's trying to take classes and do all that as well. You can look him up on Google and see that he's recommending this book and stuff. Another thing you can do is handmade goods. Obviously, handmade goods are great because it's hard to put a price on them sometimes. Depending on how much time you put into it, depending on the materials you used, and depending upon the demand for something, you can sell a piece of art for $1,000 each time. You can have prints that have a lot of copies selling for $50 a piece. You could have downloadable art that people can do via direct download, like quote art. If you type in quotes in Etsy or something, like any of these, for instance, they'll sell for like $5 to $10. And they just download it and they print it off the size and on the material that they want. So that's more like passive income. But there's a lot of different things you could do if you're artistic. Etsy.com is a great place to start a store. Amazon services, you can go to Amazon Handmade. So that would be services.amazon.com/handmade. You could apply to become a handmade seller, kind of like Etsy, except for Amazon's website. Another thing you can do is consulting and coaching, which is another thing that it's hard to put a price on it, which means you can make a lot of money if you have a lot of demand and your expertise are important to a lot of people. So one thing I would recommend is you have Skype, because a lot of times the best coaches and stuff will have like a video chat with you, and you'll do it periodically. You'll help people with athletic performance or losing weight or relationship advice or business counseling, whatever it is. Something like Skype is really good. And then having your own website, again, I have a tutorial on how to do this. You can also do drag and drop things like Wix or something if you want to try a kind of a dumbed down version of a website that's maybe not as complicated, maybe easier. It just depends on whether you want more customization and more bells and whistles, or do you want something that's just really easy and more simplified. So you would want to have your own website, have something like Skype for video chat, and then be able to just manage your clients and obviously have a lot of expertise in a certain field. And then a great example of that would be AthleanX.com, which is owned by Jeff Cavaliere, who is he was some sort of trainer for like the New York Mets baseball team, I think. And he has a very successful YouTube channel. It's got like 10 million subscribers or something. And he does these supplements. He does training courses that you can do at home. And then he also does coaching. You'll notice he has a coach tab right here. And you can check that out as well. and he'll do personal coaching and stuff. He's mentioned that in some of his videos. Another thing you can do is ad management. So obviously another thing other than SEO that's really good for being a business that could be very profitable is something that involves you managing ads or doing the ad copy and all of that for companies who need traffic all the time. So a lot of times if you're doing something like that, a lot of times your clients are going to have a lot of money to spend if they're doing a lot of paid advertising to where they actually need an ad manager. So you can help them with like things like pay-per-click advertising with Google AdWords, Facebook, and all these different ad platforms. You got Bing as well. And you can have PPC software like AdHawk or Quantic Mind, Outbrain, Perpetua, stuff like that that helps you kind of manage all of that in one place instead of having to go to each website all the time. That could make it a lot easier if you did something like that. And then you could even hire a copywriter to do just that part and those types of things. But ad management is another thing that's kind of, become a very high paying business that you could do without necessarily needing a lot of money to run it. Number 11, flip social accounts or websites. So if you're good at SEO in particular, blogging or just getting traffic, then you could build up accounts, whether you buy a domain and build it up quickly yourself. You can buy domains cheap if you do it right. Or you can buy them on auction sites like GoDaddy auctions, or you can even buy them at sites like viralaccounts.com, where you can also sell the accounts here as well. Like if you wanted to sell an Instagram account, for instance, you just go to I would like to sell my ... and then go to Instagram. You can sell it if you have like 40,000 followers at least, and then obviously you want them to be actively engaged. Real followers. Do not buy followers for any reason at all. That's never good to do. Viralaccounts.com, though, you can buy and sell social media accounts. Flippa.com, you can buy and sell websites and other businesses and stuff just in general. Flippa.com. And then FameSwap is another one where you can sell social media accounts. So you'll see some of these go for, $5,000. There's one for $12,000 right here, $14,000. So if you're good at social media marketing, that could be a great way to go. You get a few of those. It's kind of like flipping real estate, except it's on the internet. So that's another thing you could do. And last but not least is a membership site. So I mentioned Digital Marketer earlier. Another thing that's really cool about their business plan is they actually have these courses, but if you want access to a lot of these courses without constantly buying each course one at a time and stuff, you can actually become part of their membership. You can see right here they have Digital Marketer Lab or whatever it's called. It's something lab, but I actually tried this for a while as well. It's a really good thing for learning digital marketing, and what you can do is become a member. So that's another thing you could do is the Digital Marketer Lab type thing. That's just like an example. If you want to see how a good one is run, that is a good example to just look at, go through their sales pages and stuff and get some ideas of how you could apply that to your own. But when you have a bunch of people paying you $10 or $15 a month or something, and then you're just doing masterminds, or you're selling digital content, or you have, courses, or however you're, actually providing value to people, that can make your internet income a little more consistent, a little more predictable, and help you with paying bills and stuff a little better. But I also recommend a tool called Optimize Press if you use a WordPress site like I do. They're really good for marketing pages, but also they have something called Optimize Member that comes with this, that helps you with a thing called membership portals, so that people can't access your membership stuff, or even your courses. If you have courses that you sell on your own website, you could do Optimize Member and make it to where people have to verify that it's paid for before they can see the content. Otherwise, people can pirate your stuff. But other than that, check out that playlist right there in the top right if you want more business ideas like this. If you enjoyed this video, let me know what you thought about it in the comments. But that playlist right there in the top right will help you if you are not satisfied for any reason, or if you just want to see what else is out there and see all possible options before you start a business online. Then you can check out that playlist right there in the top right. And also check out the show notes page. There's a link to that in the YouTube description if you need links to any of these services or tools or other blog posts like this. So hopefully this was helpful, and I'll see you in the next video.